I did one thing on my convocation day. I did not tell anybody in my house that I finished the first class. I kept it secret to myself. And so when they came into the hall and they announced my name, I think everybody was surprised. My dad was like, eh? Ah, ko wa sọ fún wa nle. My aunties that came to were like, ko sọ fún anybody. Oh. Now, I wanted to run for president in my 500 in my 300 level to like I wanted to contest in 300 level to become president in 400 level. And here is what I did. I asked those my friends that were my senior, Moti, Myra, Rosie, Balade, and all, and they said to me, choose your first class. It's not really worth it. But I wanted it. I wanted the experience. I also wanted to like know that yes, a woman can do it, and it's not just like because a guy was contesting unopposed and was already calling himself the president. And if you know me, there's one thing I don't take threat from guys or those small things. Anyway, I sure contested with the guy. I went against all my friends. I said, and Alhamdulillah, I did not win the president of the department. Maybe if I had won, who knows whether my first class would still be first class? Who knows? And I could still be a first class student. It didn't mean that I wouldn't be because I was still involved in sports, involved in a lot of other things, right? I also joined Red Cross in 300 level. So I think that joining multiple bodies for me, the way I see it is the time I spend here, the time I spend here, the time I spend here, I need to put those time back together to reading my book, right? So year three, I was already on a 4.51. Did I have any humbling moments in year three? I read. I read. Some lecturers, I paid attention. They would say they want Leninja. I read the Leninja. They want this textbook. I read it. They gave us this material. I read. I still used all the tips that I've been sharing with you guys from the beginning while reading, right? Um, yes, friends. I know I've talked about people and networking, but this is a special section for friends. Have friends with similar goals as you. You can be the drive of your friends, your friend can be the drive of you. Just make sure you are rolling with people that they also want to get high grades because it's easier. Like I remember that time I had two clique of friends while I was in school. I was with some clique of four girls at first, and then 300 to 400 I was with some clique of another girls. I will give you the gist on the friendship in university, but yeah, um the first click we met each other after year one first semester when everybody say this person we used to greet each other hi but like I think Bola was the one who even Bola used to talk to Bukola and me I knew Biola. I used to talk to Biola. Biola was my friend. I met her on the first day of school through Toib. So Bola Sha found a way all of us bam, we became four cliques and all of us wanted to do better. So we're always saying, have you read this? Have you done this? Have you submitted your assignment? So we're giving each other the ginger, we're driving each other, and really helped us, really helped me because we're pushing each other. This person says this person is good for tutorial. I learned early on that I loved reading by myself. I did not really like tutorials. If I go for tutorials, that means that thing is very difficult, or I've tried and I can't understand that thing. That's the only time I go for tutorials. So I didn't really go for any tutorials. I think I went for one and I saw that this place is crowded. What are you people doing there? I carry my bag. It's not for me. I went to identify things that works for you. So these friends in I also had some set of friends and that set of friends, Miriam and Aisha in 300 and final year. And also we're all of like minds. Miriam and Aisha were from diplomas class, but we should have joined together in 200 level. But we were all of like minds. We all wanted to get good grades. Everybody like just had the drive. Now, what I used to do with Mariam and Aisha is that in 300 level, we always sat together. It's not because we're teaching each other, we're copying each other. If there's something I'm trying to remember, and I say Aisha is left handed, and I see a biro moving like this, I say, Maria, remember it. Oh. It gives me that drive that you read this thing, remember it. And if so, I think we also give each other that morale, that support, and it was just beautiful. I'll talk about my friendships some other time as well. So the friends you keep, they are very important. You see, and don't copy your friend. Know what works for you. Because there are people that can go out, party, and still come back and read. Me, I know that when I go out, I'm tired. I need recovery time. Which out I'm even going in university. I wasn't really very outgoing in university. It was from my class to hostel to sports center and a couple of times one day when they say Adekunle Gold is coming, one event, go and that was it, Red Cross and the Ambassador Summit and a lot of other programs that I joined. After that, you not see me outside. Okay, I went to movies a couple of times with my friends. So yes, I've talked about the friends you keep, right? And I wanted to say that another thing is keep putting the effort. Remember, 4.3 3.75 to 3.75, 3.5 to 4.37 to 4.49 to 4.51. Keep striving. I remember when I was on 4.49 year two, somebody said to me that you can't graduate to the first class again. And that day I went to me, pained me. I say, she is 2-1, I'll now finish with that. It's not like 2-1 is a bad grade, but because I had set my intent for a first class, I still wanted to do a first class. So what I did was I said, okay, no problem. I carried my I carried myself. I said, I drew out all the courses we would do in 300, in 300 level and 400 level, and I put grades in front of them that this is this is it. And I said, okay, if I get four, if I get A, this number of A's that I did that arithmetic, and it guided me because I knew that when I was slacking in the area, you need an A. You don't need a B. You need this is a 4 units course. You cannot get a B. You're going to fall off your first class derail. And yes, it helps me because it's like I already set a goal for 2 years, right? And that really works for me. So I was saying that keep striving no matter what. Somebody said to me that I cannot graduate to first class. I did not slap him or anything. It pained me, but I said I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep doing my best. And alhamdulillah, I also prayed because I know that many things can happen in the university. Like now, a lot of things happen in my set. Good people, everything happened. Another tip I'd like to share with you is try not to offend any lecturer. Don't be rude. See, I know. And we know our Nigerian lecturers. They're typically that our Nigerian lecturers are not really different from our Yoruba mothers at home. Like I'm not saying that our mothers are like that, but they are mothers as well, right? And I'm saying that there are certain things that you know that your mom does not like, or there are just certain level of respect that they demand. Try to stick to it. You are the one in their world, oh. You're the one. Yeah. You have to play that. You have to play it like that. I know that like it's different outside of the country, but still, just don't be rude. Don't look for trouble. Be on your best behavior. If don't be gummy body, so that they will not be toasting you and stuff. Don't overdo. Don't want that. Do your assignments. They'll send you around, carry it. If you see that this man is toasting you too much, maybe you should be running errands for him because he work for me. They toast me when they say he won't carry me go movie. I did wash plate for him. I did go and buy something for him. Go and you don't forget say they toast me. You see? So Ogbagbani is Ogbangba that I use for the man. Now I have said that you should try not to offend your lecturer. So now, when we resume year four now, I remember when I now lost the election, and I said, well, this is Allah telling me to focus. So I remember year four was not easy. Projects, one thing, wala left and right. But did I have humbling moments in year four? Not really. Year four first semester, I didn't do so many courses because I'd already completed all my electives from year one to year three, and it was good. So I didn't do so many courses. I remember that I had like a first class um GP in year four first semester. Anyway, by the end of year three, I was already on a 4.51, and I knew that I was in the borderline, so I intensified my efforts. I read Leninja back to back. See, there was one pathway, the novel pathway of building downs, nucleic acid, DNA. Imagine joining the I sure don't remember all those. Okay, I remember some, but there was one pathway that I learned and it paid me when it not come out. Because my learn kini, I learned it. I learned it in such a way that like I knew the I knew all the enzymes. Like I could draw it, I could tell everything. It did not come out. Pay me, but I say what came out is simple. Maybe I will get A. I write my thing. I move and I got my A's, alhamdulillah. I would say something else also helped me while I was in school. So I said earlier that I used to read from textbook, from notes, from slides that we get. So I used to read and jot it down in my jotters. So there was a popular thing about my jotters. Most people used to borrow my jotter photocopies and used to read for exam because like it used to be bulky and it used to contain a lot of information. Now, so knowing that people were going to read from me also made me on the days when I'm slacking, I'll tell myself, if this boy comes to borrow it for I will not say, well, I don't know it, I'm not ready to, it gave me some sense of responsibility that oh no, this person is going to actually need your help. And yes, after a while, year one, year two, when you got to year three, it's more like man, you're doing it for yourself because you need high grades. You're also doing it for people because they will come to meet you for your jota to read. So that also helped me. And teaching people also helped me, even though it would take your time at first, but you know, the more okay, let me explain that teaching concept to you. You want to learn how to make jollof rice. You make it once, maybe you make it too soggy. You make it the second time, put little pepper. You make it the third time, put this. By the time you are repeating it for about 10 times, you'll be a pro. So that's just the same concept of teaching, okay? Now, year four first semester, I had a first class GPU. I can't really remember what GPU was, but I had like a 4.5 something. I'm not sure, or 4.7 something, because I had just like one B, right? Now, year four, second semester, I had a 5.0. I think I did one project and three compulsory because I did not waste my time with elective. I just moved on. Now, by the end of year four, I as I year four first semester, I already increased from like a 4.51 to a 4.53. So because I had a 5 points in year four second semester, it moved me to a 4.56. So as at year one first semester, I knew that year four second semester, I needed to be extra careful because that first class would up with. And Alhamdulillah, after we wrote our exams, I did my calculation. I went to my Go board where I put A, I tick, where I put B, I tick. I marked everything. And Alhamdulillah, I finished with a 4.56 from the Department of Biochemistry, University of Lagos. I have to say that because it was such a tough department then. I don't know what it is now. But Alhamdulillah, I finished and I'm glad I was able to do it because when I look back at my life now, it's like, ma'am, you can do anything. If you can finish the first class from me in Lag Biochemistry, there's nothing you cannot do. And it has really helped me. To be fair, um, this is going to be like the introduction video to my career series. So stay tuned. To be fair, it has also helped me because like my career journey, I've never really had somebody put in a word for me when getting a job. The only time I had that is when I was looking for a place to do my IT. My uncle's mechanic said that he fixes the car of somebody, and that's how they said I should go to Nigerian Breweries. And then I wrote the exam and passed. So I still put in my work. So the next videos will be talking about my other career series. But for this video, let me summarize all of the tips that I have given you. First one is to set your intent. You need to know why you want to graduate with first class, right? One is people and networking. You need that in your life so that you can pull the necessary resources. The third one is your reading style, your reading schedule, okay? And your reading time to know what works for you. Don't gonna be reading in the night because your friends have been going for overnight. I never went for one single overnight in lag because I knew that I'm not a night scholar. If it's 8 o'clock, my eyes is already closing. If my eyes are open, maybe it's because my friends are with me, or I will even doze off while we're talking. So overnight, lie, I don't think I went for anyone. There's one time my friend was trying to take me, so I told her that I cannot go for this thing. Let me do my overnight on my bed. Then the fifth one is know the classes to avoid and the classes like to miss. Um, Classes to avoid. That one just for year one. That some classes don't avoid them. But me, I know year one was so crowded and choked, and you not really learn anything. Why am I wasting time? Carried my bag and I left. Then another summary is the friends you keep, the company you keep. The company you keep is really important. Because they're the ones that'll guide you when you're derailing. When you're slacking and somebody say, "Hey, I've read the first three topics of the textbook. Have you read?" I've not told, but I'll start this weekend. It's a very healthy competition and not an unhealthy one. Even though sometimes some people can bring unhealthy competitions into it, but it's very healthy to have friends who have the same like mind like you. Then keep striving no matter what. Remember, somebody said to me, "You cannot still graduate the first class again." But I didn't give up at that point. I pushed. And you see, I'm here today. 7 or 8. Don't offend any lecturer. Don't be rude to them. Don't say, are they good? Don't be. It doesn't cost you anything to not be rude, right? Fair enough. Now, I would say that brings me to a conclusion on graduating with a first class. Is there any other thing I wanted to say? And true, I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody because I wanted to shock them. It's not like it's shocking because like I said, primary school and secondary school happening high five, but I just wanted to, and I was so proud when my older brother did not know as well. So I just says WhatsApp status, hey, my girl, look at it there, first class. It was a proud moment for me. A prouder moment for me was also when on LinkedIn, after a year had passed and I graduated, I was congratulating a fellow and one of my juniors that also graduated first class in school. When I was 100, she was in 300. And I was like, oh, I think Chioma, or I've forgotten her name, or Behi or something, I've forgotten her name. And I just saw the post and I was like, oh, congratulations. You know what she said on their LinkedIn comments? I took a screenshot, but I can't find the screenshots. Again, she said that, oh, wow, you inspired me. And really, that was a very proud moment for me because, like, I did not think that. I was just doing it for myself then. I did not think that people will be inspired. This leads me to why I've decided to share my work and career series on this page because you know that I like to motivate people and I like to share stories because I'm also inspired by people's journey. So I want to share my story so people can also be inspired. So stay tuned while I talk to you about how I got my first internship with Procter& and Gamble. Bye guys. Thank you for watching.